Being able to understand what the forex market is all about is one thing. Then being able to what? Pinpoint your exact point where you're supposed to get involved in a trade is another big shit. So some traders get stuck in the market whenever the forex is in a support zone or a resistance zone. They don't know what to do as at that point. Well, if that's you, stay tuned. I'm going to be explaining it right here in this video. Welcome to this channel. In case you've not subscribed, please do hit the notification bell so you'll be the first to know that I'll drop a video. Let's talk support and resistance. Is an horizontal area. For support is an horizontal area you're expecting buyers to take the price to the up, while resistance is an horizontal area you're expecting sellers to equally take the market to the downside. Take an example in this chart here. This is a resistance zone here. Now what do we see price do? Price took market to the downside. Price was unable to break above the zone. Now the first market that took price to the upside here, it got here, could not break above this highs. Equally came back, same thing, touched that zone, and the last time again touched same zone. So market was unable to take price to the upside. And what do we see price do? It came to the downside. Now if you check this chart here, you see its support zone. Its support zone here. Majorly it was this. This is support zone. Now what do we see price do? Market came down. Now some of the times the market doesn't touch this exact point at this zone here, but we all know this is a resistance zone, because price has been playing around this whole zone. This happens to be a resistance and this is a support zone. So price has been playing around this whole zone. Now what did we see the price do? It actually broke below it and keep running to the downside. This is a resistance zone. Price was touching that area for quite a number of times, then actually went to the downside. Now, having been able to understand what support and resistance is, that sometimes that support turns into resistance, and resistance turns into support. That most times where support and resistance, they swap roles. Let me explain it in this video. The most times support and resistance, they swap roles, where support turns into resistance, and resistance turn into support. Now the first thing you have to be able to know is this: the market trend, because that gives you an edge over the market. You don't want to trade against the market. You don't want to trade where smart money guys are trading towards. You always want to be in the winning side, which is the trend. Now as you can see here, we see a resistance zone here. So you're going to be drawing this to the future, and let's see if price respects it. See, what did we see here? So price came and touched that same zone and took price to the upside. Don't worry about this. This was just a liquidity run out, to run out the money that was resting here. So but we all know that price touched the zone here and took price to the upside, and took price to the upside. Now let's look for a support zone where support turned into resistance. This also is a resistance turned into support. See, it's clear enough. What we have here was the market was moving to the downside. and created a double high here. Now what this simply means is price was unable to break above this the previous high that took market to the upside. This high actually took money here. This high took money here and came back to that same zone and went back up, but it was unable to break the previous high. And what did we see? We saw price took money to the downside. Now support turn into resistance turn into support here. What did we see? We saw market took price back to the upside. Now like I said, that sometimes that price resistance zone turn into support zone, and support can actually turn into resistance equally. Okay, I think this is a clear example right here. Now if you should take this out, bring another, what we'll be seeing here is this. This was the last high. So we saw price took money to the upside, rejected again and came back to the downside, accumulated liquidity here and went back up to touch this same spot here where we had the support zone, and took market to the downside. Now if you check this out again, you see this was where price played a little bit. Now if we draw this line, it actually came back to this spot again. Let me take this back. So you can see where support zone actually turned into resistance, and where its resistance zone also turned into a support zone. Take this. Now there's some areas we have to identify whereby resistance are zones where we can actually look for possible entries in the forex market, not to trade. A lot of folks, I see them whenever the market is like this, to just stay away from the market. Well, there are lots of money you can make as at that zone. Let me quickly identify something else. Now as you can see, Euro USD is actually on a downtrend. So let me draw a trend line here first, so we understand where the market is headed. So Euro USD is actually a downtrend. If you're yet to watch the video where I talked about trend lines, I'm going to be leaving in the description below. You can actually click on that link and you get to watch that video. So what did we see here? How do we pinpoint exact point where we're supposed to get involved in a trade? Let me take this out. Now since this is a resistance, failure of price to take market to the upside. What do we do when price gets to a resistance zone? All we have to do is wait for market. Since the first thing is to know the market or trend. Since we know it's a bearish market, we wait for price to touch the key levels. Now what's the key level? The trend line here. This support zone here. The next thing we want to do is go to our lower time frame. I love to go to 30 minutes always. So once the market is there, the next thing I want to see is market structure change indicator. Now market structure change indicator can be double top, head and shoulder pattern, and or a double bottom, depending on the trend. Now in this case here, what we can see is a double top. which indicates that market is about to what, move to the what, to the downside. So since the market is in that key level, now you can see what we have here. So I'm going to be getting my entry here, and my stop loss will be above it. I can see an evening star here, so I'm going to be getting my entry there, and my first target is going to be a support zone, or it will be a resistance turning to support. I know market love to respect places like that. So as you can see here, this was a resistance zone. Let me take this out. This was a resistance zone. So market actually what, broke the resistance zone and rested on top the what, resistance, which turned into what, support, and took market to the upside. Now that's going to be my first target. So I'll put my take profit here. And my next target will be this. So I would have hit my what, I call it CS support zone there. So as you can see that the market consolidated here for a while. So I would have taken my profit and what, left the street, waiting to see what next what happen. So go back. Let's see if we can see a support zone. Same thing you can do here. I can see a resistance here. Now for the support zone, let's put this out. This is a support zone. This is a support zone. So I'll go down to my what, wait for market to get to what, the key level, which is the support. And what I will do is go to the lower time frame, 30 minutes, and I wait for what, market structure change indicator. You can find that. Let me take this a little bit up. As you can see here, we can see a double bottom. So waiting for price to get to that key level. Let's go down, and what we'll be seeing in the 30 minutes. Now what do we see here? I see head and shoulder. This is the left side of the shoulder, and this the right side. So I'm going to be getting my entry here at the right side, or if I cannot get involved there, what I wait for is a breakout. So breakout, because this was the resistance zone for price. So I use my 4 hours to analyze what my 30 minutes and get potential entries to the market. Now it doesn't end there. The last thing you need to look for is what, an entry trigger. An entry trigger. I always like to wait for the last candle that ran out money to the downside, which happens to be this, respected. And what did I get? I get a what, bullish hammer. This is going to be my entry, and my stop loss is going to be below this. So my first target is going to be this resistance zone at the top here. See, resistance turning towards support again, and take market to the upside. I hope this video you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks.